Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Jenny. I'm the boss of me. Very relevant in this video. You don't have to agree with everything I say, but I do ask that if you make a comment, please keep it polite. So, I sold something on Mercari, and the buyer wanted to return it as item not as described. And they returned it to me, and it's not as it was sent. I can promise you that. But somehow, Mercari has made this my fault. So let me show you what it was. Okay, so here's the package that I received back. I sent this in a box, and what I sent was this makeup, and look at this. It was new. Okay. It was new when I sent it, and this is what they sent back to me. This is not new, and look, you can see there's almost nothing in here, but it's not okay. And this is what it didn't really leak in here. It's messy in here, but this is not because the thing came unscrewed. This is because it's just dirty. Okay, so when they returned it, and I accepted the return because I figured when I returned it, if it doesn't match what I listed, Mercari would be decent about it. I was very, very wrong. So they said, it came back. I took pictures of the way that it was shipped back to me and what this looks like. And they said, no, they're going to uphold it because the buyer's photographs don't match what's in my listing. So I'm like, where's the buyer's photographs? And they kept referring me back to this original submission, but there's no photographs. And I kept saying, I don't see any photographs. Where's the photographs? Where's the photographs? This went on like 4 or 5 different emails. They were very quick to respond back to me. Several people responded back to me. It was all worded differently in different names. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that people actually did read my email. But they always kept referring me back to where these pictures are supposed to be and sending me links on how to properly ship something out. Nobody ever provided the photographs for me. So I really don't even know what this person submitted. And I did lose that money. And I can assure you, I'm sure you can kind of hear it in my voice, that I am not a happy person right now. And I'm not. But I was madder at the time. And I did tell them that I would be making this video. So, hi, Mercari. You're really not doing that great as far as I'm concerned. But I am running a business here, okay? So Mercari is not the only place that I sell. I sell on Poshmark, I sell on eBay, and I'm upping my Depop game. I don't make a lot of money on Depop, and I don't make a lot of money on Mercari. The bulk of my income comes from eBay and Poshmark. And those two kind of go back and forth, so I can't say one is better than the other. But every once in a while, I do get a sale from these other two platforms. I have not had to deal with Depop and returns yet, so I can't say anything about that. But I can say that with eBay and Poshmark, and I know they get a lot of bad rap, from people, but I think that they are very fair in their return policies, and that you can have a dialogue and they will show you the evidence if there's a problem. Okay? Not the case with Mercari. I mean, this is disgusting. I can't resell this. What am I going to do with this? It's going to go in the trash. So it's not just that, this is where I'm a little miffed about it. It's not just that I lost some money on the sale. I can't resell this. I wouldn't even put this on my own face because I have a feeling that the person that returned this likes this color and this is her empty bottle she wanted new. could be wrong. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to. I could be wrong. I don't know. I never got to see her photographs if she even submitted any. But where does this leave me now? Because, I mean, I could go on and on and on about a rant, but it doesn't really do me any good, and it doesn't do you any good, and it doesn't do anybody else any good, except for me getting excited about it. So I really had to think long and hard about this, because I tell you what I did do. I deleted every listing on Mercari. I was going to stop doing business with Mercari altogether. When this first happened, I felt like they were wasting my time, you know, going through all their listings and everything. They've made some really bad decisions that we all know about. If you're a Mercari seller and been in the reseller community for any length of time, Mercari's made some bad decisions over the last year or two. And some of them they've had to backtrack on. And they had this big ad campaign going on for a while about how great they are. But they're not. The thing of it is, they're not. And there's a reason for that. It's not just that people aren't selling on there. People are not buying on there either, for some reason. Okay? But I decided that I'm not going to cut my nose off to spite my face. So I am slowly restocking my Mercari store as I relist and as I put new things up on my store overall across all platforms. With very little faith, it would be like, if you wanted to compare it to something, it's like selling a stick of gum in the gas station, or, you know, buying a souvenir at Cracker Barrel or something like that. You know, it's those, just once in a while you get a little something extra. That's the only reason why I'm putting it back on Mercari. Has absolutely nothing to do with me feeling like I was wrong, or that, you know, I made some big mistake, because I really honestly don't. I know I sent a new product out that I had never opened, had never been used, was packaged. It was actually packaged in the same box that I received it in. So I received it, you know, the shipping box that this company uses. I just put it right back in the same box. So there was nothing wrong with the way that I shipped it. Absolutely nothing. But I have decided to just go ahead and go with it. Because here's the truth of the matter. It is a fact, like it or not, you are going to have losses if you are in the retail business. Things will get stolen. And I have had people steal from my stores before. It happens. Even in the retail world, in the real world, when I was in that, I've had people come in and shoplift. Now they shoplift online. It happens. And things will get broken. Things get broken in stores all the time. You see it, you know, clean up on aisles, whatever. It happens. And that's the way I had to start thinking about it. No, I'm not happy. It's a loss. Who wants to take a loss, right? But it is part of the business. So this is basically clean up on aisle 4, whatever. You know, it's one of those things that happen. But do I consider Mercari one of the leaders in the selling business, online selling business? No. Are they setting a great example for some of their competitors? No. Are they giving them some kind of thing to compete against? No. I don't see anything outstanding that they have done that's different, that's innovative, that's top of the line. I think actually they're probably at the bottom. They don't have a niche. They don't have a gimmick. They obviously don't have great customer service. Maybe their technology is crap, and that's why I can't see the pictures. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I was very angry. Now I'm just a little angry. And I did promise them that I would put this video out there. Sorry that it's not positive. You know, there's videos out there, ways to protect yourself. And I kind of understand now. They're the more boring videos that you see resellers doing the ship with me. I kind of understand that now. Like, they're boring videos, But here's the thing. If I'd have done a video of me putting this in the same box that I received it in and putting the label on it, then when I went back to appeal this, I could have attached that. But it does seem kind of tedious that you have to do something like that. It really does. And quite honestly, I think this could have been resolved in a way that was fair to the buyer and to myself, but Mercari they dropped the ball, period. They dropped the ball. They're not the best. They're not the best. They might want to be the best, but they've had bad leadership, making really weird decisions, and their policies are limp. Okay?